boy. Oh, my God. Someone put a stick in his mouth so he doesn't swallow his tongue. Margo, he's having a fit. Margo.
No, I'm walking like George Jefferson. My hands down to my side.
I see. I thought it was more of a muscular thing. All right.
Wheezy!
All right. As racist as we need to be here on this show.
That's not racism. That's an homage.
It's and what's another name for an homage? Racist.
Fuck yeah. Homage isn't racism.
Homage. Oh, boy. Now your English is showing. Be careful now.
Homage.
All right.
I pay you homage.
Ah, yes. Well, there we are. The Cedar Saw connection has reignited. Here we are for another night.
I am so glad.
Are you?
That the Game 3 of the NLCS just ended. Because if it didn't, I would have to figure out a good excuse to blow you off. Because that was a great game.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't see it until about the 8th inning. But, oh, my God.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I was in the Walgreens drive-thru for about 10 hours, so it's fine.
Doing what?
Getting my pills. Wheezy, I need my pills.
More?
Yes. Every 30 days.
Forget the pills. You see what I sent you today?
Yeah, you can
a little surprise for Dr. Ben.
Stuff there.
A new thing.
Okay.
A recipe for how to make a Pop-Tart crust for a pie.
Good. Can't be that hard. You put a bunch of line the pan with Pop-Tart.
No. You got to read it. Right. All right. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It is indeed.
Yeah. It's like Jokers Are Wild with our guests on Thursday.
Yes, we have we have someone new to the fold.
No.
She's been on before?
Yes. Boy. God,
no. She has not been on this show before. Okay.
That's I'll bet you.
Okay. She's been on this show.
Yeah.
The one called the Jack Henke Show. Okay, please go ahead.
No, she has.
Fine, prove me wrong. Well, give me some facts. Give me some details.
When she comes on, we'll say, hey.
You're gonna wait till she comes on to prove that you're right?
Right.
Sure, when she's on, she'll have been on. Yes.
No. Haven't you been on prior to this date?
I've been
prior to this date. No.
She's been on this show.
No. She's been on this show prior. Yes, to this date. Yes, I'll stand by that. It's like AJ. I'm not like AJ changing my picks.
No, you're worse because you use the power of omission to prove yourself right.
It's homaging.
Oh, I see.
We're having an homage.
Okay, very good. Well,
homage. I
feel better about all of this.
Wheezy.
Why don't you say some nice things about the nice people we talk about on occasion here before I,
I'm the nicest person.
I'm going to turn this car.
We don't talk about me very often.
Turn this car right around.
I know that song. Have you looked up the Erie Street Cemetery yet? You were going to do that the other day.
Was I going to do that?
It's open on Friday, tomorrow night. The first time this year, Belgium, Wisconsin, Erie Street Cemetery. It's a way to support Mr. Bob's or other worthy organizations you can support there, including Family
Services of Ozaki? Family Sharing.
Yes, Family Sharing. Thank you. Julie Hoover. Super Todd.
Indeed.
But it's a fun and spooky way. It's a family-run haunted house experience, collecting donations from Mr. Bob's and others. Mr. Bob's needs, this is serious, men's and women's jeans, men's, women's, and children's winter coats.
Cold out there, people.
It is. Laundered bedding, bath towels, and adult backpacks. If you can find it in your closet, please find it in your heart to contribute to Mr. Bob's. For more information on Erie Street, since Bulldog's not doing his job, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
I was checking to see if the new Quick Trip in Belgium had opened yet.
There's another one.
There's another one. They are like they tend to infest.
What's the big one who has all the beef jerky?
Buc-ee's.
Bucky.
We're getting one of those too, but I don't think that's like in the
that's in
south side of Milwaukee.
DeForest.
But it's coming. Oh, it's
Madison.
coming.
Yeah, once they get a hold of these plump Midwestern Wisconsinites, there ain't no turning back.
Once they get a taste of the wall jerky, it's all over for us.
October at Java House.
Okay.
Fresh batch of full flavored coffee beans at the Java House. Can you name them? I've been reciting them day after October.
I can name one.
Okay, go ahead.
Blueberry maple pancake.
Thank you. You've been listening. This one's for AJ. Highlander Groggy, Spooky Spice, Hazelnut and Cinnamon, Death by Chocolate, Blueberry maple pancakes. You said that. Pumpkin Spice. All these damn good coffees.
I'm going tomorrow.
Are you?
I am. I have to take a meeting at the City Hall tomorrow, and that's pretty damn close to the Java House, so...
That's good.
I'm gonna bring a blueberry maple to the person I'm meeting with. So, it's the HR person, so I want to, yeah, big time. Are you kidding?
All right,
they'll approve my raise.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever been to a one of those wine tastings where they give you a little taste and say,
and you spit?
How do you like that? And you go, how can I tell? Give me a drink.
Right.
This is one of those sample sizes.
That's big. Whoa.
Oh, that's what she said.
I mean, you're gonna forget. You're gonna forget all kinds of like subjects, predicates. It's all gonna go.
I never forget my predictions.
Okay, very good.
Mel's and Ozaki Rotary Clubs present the Chris Herron story,
yes.
November 15th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. No cost to attend. AJ will be there. Another reason to go.
There we go.
So AJ is finally holding up his part of the bargain.
Fantastic.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Today, birthdays of honor.
Okay.
Jon Favreau. Are you a fan?
He does good stuff. I mean, I still think Swingers is a good. What a great movie to kind of proclaim, "Hey, I'm here." And that was a great success story because that was a cheap movie to make, and it did real well. And now he's sort of. I do like Swingers. I mean, a little goes a long way, but it's still good writing, sharp writing, clever take on a rom-com type of thing with all of the...
And what's your problem? Good writing, clever takes?
It got really popular, and everyone started walking around spewing those lines, and I got tired of it. That's my problem.
I suppose you don't like Caddyshack either.
No, that one I can live with. That one's fine. That one's eternal. That's the whole thing. Now Favreau is basically the... the key master to the Star Wars empire. So,
really
good on him. Yeah.
He really went, he did well on camera too.
Yeah.
As Something's Got to Give. He was in. Yep.
He wrote and directed
and
directed another movie after Swingers called Made that not a lot of people saw. It was him and Vince Vaughn again. And it's actually really good. It's a little more darker, a little dramatic. But
MADE or MAID?
MADE. He plays a boxer. He plays basically boxer in his final days in his it's the dirty world. There's some criminal activity, and it's funny though. There's still some good laughs, and it's great. It's a good movie.
He's also good in Elf as the doctor.
Yes, yeah,
small parts,
absolutely,
but does them well.
But now he's. I mean, he was a big the producer on The Mandalorian and all of the Star Wars shows that are on Disney Plus right now have his fingerprints all over it. So yeah, he did well.
Those are some big, cool.
Oh yeah,
right.
I'm jealous.
So
why was it me?
It will be. You're about to do your Swingers.
Working on it.
John Lithgow.
Oh, he's great. He's a genius. Oh my God.
1945.
Very nice.
You even sounded like when you said, "Oh my God."
He really came into being on the World According to Garp when he played one of the first sort of sympathetic trans characters. That's great. I mean, it was.
Don't you get me started on those. I'm going to shoot up some Bud Light, man.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
yeah, he was fantastic in a lot of things. He was great in Terms of Endearment.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. He played some good psychos too in some of Brian De Palma's thrillers. He's a lunatic in Blowout, and he's a crazy man in Raising Cain, which is a lesser De Palma, but he's great. He plays sort of a Norman Bates type of thing going on there, and yeah, he's a fun actor, very versatile. He can kind of one of those guys who can do anything you ask him. Clearly, And Third Rock from the Sun, he's great. I mean, my God,
fantastic!
What a great show. That show is that was probably one of the last sitcoms I actually have liked. I mean, I thought that show.
I loved that show,
and it was so rare for my dad and I to agree on sitcoms. And my mom hated it. She thought it was just way too silly. She's probably right.
It is silly. Sometimes you need a little silly.
That show. You know what's great about that show is it really. If it went for like pathos, it even did it in like a really funny way. It was never like syrupy, or a lot of sitcoms they'll always, towards the end they'll always have some kind of syrupy wrap up. But that one was like laughs all the way through, shameless. Jane Curtin in that show too. I mean, just what everyone was so good in that show. It was great. I miss it. I should buy it.
It was really funny.
I own that show. I wonder why.
What? There's one you don't know. I don't know. All right, and the great Robert Reed.
No. Mr. Brady,
1932.
Yeah, that poor tortured man.
Here's you, Robert. All right, today in 1985, the first Blockbuster video store opened.
Oh, no way. 85, that sounds about right. Milwaukee got one in 86.
In a strip mall in Dallas.
Yeah, they got their first one was a strip mall. It was at not strip mall. It was in Bayshore. Bayshore in late 86. I was there probably opening weekend, and I remember telling my dad, I was like, I'm never leaving here.
Who's a comedian? Oh, it is just the greatest. He has such vitriol for Blockbuster. And
yeah.
It was there. His biggest anger was about their almost criminal labeling of new release. It was classic. I'll look that up. I'll get that to you.
As a creature of ma and pa video stores until Blockbuster came in and circled up the wagons, the blue and gold flag destroyed many store that I worked at. So
and then they got destroyed.
No, I was so sad. It was one of those things like dog chasing cars. And then they caught one and they didn't know what to do with it. So
94, another landmark independent film, Clerks.
It's big. Yeah. Another $20,000. I think Kevin Smith maxed out his credit cards to make that movie. Worked out well. It's a good investment.
Today in 1977, Leonard Skinner play a concert in Greenville, South Carolina. I kind of like Greenville. I was there once. It was a lot of fun. It would be their final show with founding member and lead singer Ronnie Van Zant. As the next day, the band would board a plane that would crash and kill 6 people.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, his brother started him up again.
Yeah.
The last concert in Greenville, Leonard Skinner closed out the night with
Freebird.
Of course.
Barf.
And I don't know if it was today, but you know what Freebird is great for?
Drinking.
If you ever want to get, there's some band that is not as good as they think they are playing at a bar, and they say, any requests?
I have seen so many videos on YouTube of like, put Freebird! Yeah. And the band response is always the same.
Well, this is the one I got. Here's your Freebird.
Oh, very nice. There you go. No charge.
I don't know if it was today, the last thing for AJ, but Burt Young, who played Paulie,
just passed away. I saw that.
I don't know if it was today or not, but
I think
it hit the news today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that he was nominated for a supporting actor in the original?
No, cool. No, he's great in Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School.
Oh, yeah.
He says, what are you going to do about it? He's like, I'm not going to do anything about it. He's going to do something about it. He takes a napkin dispenser and crunches it on his head.
He was good in that one.
Can't go wrong with Burt.
Yeah. Burt Young.
I have his first movie he ever made called Carnival of Blood, 1970 or 71. It's supposed to be a skin movie, but they turned it into a slasher film.
So, I hate it when that happens.
It's I missed it by that much.
Swing and a miss. Yeah. All right, I think we have an angry Italian stallion of our own.
Here we go. Turning loose, AJ Balboa.
He's not the Italian scorpion. That's the agent.
As they said at the end of Rocky IV, I wish that Americans loved America as much as I love America. I don't know. Here we go. AJ!
Boys.
You sound like Rocky.
I have one thing to say.
Oh, really? Only one? All right, make it good.
All right.
Bulldog, you ready with the button?
And this bird you cannot change, boy. You cannot change this.
No, Jack can't change that. He receives. He's a veritable aviary. He receives so many birds.
I don't fly no planes.
Oh yeah.
Boys. What
Hey,
a,
AJ.
Here. So let's talk about this game, man.
what a game. 1-1.
AJ, if it didn't end in the bottom of the ninth, would you be on doing sports right now with us?
I would be. I had it on.
Well, this is you doing sports when there's a game on.
He's watching for Freebirds. He's watching for Freebirds.
Huh? No. I'm paying attention.
So AJ,
you know what? That's about
doing
right.
his job.
About right.
Doing his job.
That's like the best AJ Bocchini imitation I've ever seen.
3,
Right
2,
there.
1, go.
That is right.
We're gonna take this on the road.
That is right. But yeah, it was a great game. Great pitching by two real kind of young pitchers. Ranger Suarez for the Phillies, and then you know what? I don't even remember the kid's name for the Diamondbacks.
He's the one who did well against the Brewers. He started off badly and then
That's
mowed him down. Swarte
that's,
or no, I don't know. It has some funky name.
I think it's like Fat with a P. I think.
Yes, he's fat. We'll just call him Fat, like cool fat.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, it was a good game. Good game.
Yep.
Now the nice thing is, there are 3 days in a row with each have a game, so it'll be nice.
Cool.
Except for the Rangers are already down 3-0 in the first.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, that's not nice. But they got 9 innings to get him back.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have today for sports, AJ?
I have a main story that came out of the NBA today.
Which is?
Terry Stotts stepped down as an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Why?
I think there was a little. Don't quote me on this, but I think there was a little disagreement between coaches at practice.
Oh yeah?
Were you at the practice? Is this the practice you got invited to?
Did it come to blows?
No.
Did you go in with a hidden camera and a mic?
No.
You got to do that when you go to Marquette's, you know.
Yeah, right. Shaka's got some great quotes, I'm sure. So
I'll see if I can dig some up.
So Terry Stotts is gone.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
At this point, before the season, yes.
I saw some John Hollinger, the NBA writer for The Athletic, made some big predictions today.
What did Hollinger say?
He said that Victor Wembanyama is going to make the All-Star game. He's a freak, and he's really good. He's going to live up to his expectations.
Wembanyama.
That's what I said. And then he said that he's picking the Celtics over the Suns in the NBA Finals.
I have one thing to say. Boo.
What?
I said boo.
Well, you can say boo. That's his prediction. He said, he goes, if he makes a lot of people live to hate the predictors. So
yeah,
right.
Right.
He's a pretty good writer, though. He knows his stuff.
He is a good writer. So
That's one man's opinion.
I won't discredit his prediction, so it's all good.
Yep. All right. So NBA, anything else? Do you have anything else for the end? It's a week. Is it a week from today, AJ, that they start?
Week from Tuesday, actually.
Week from this past. So this coming Tuesday it starts.
Coming Tuesday, yes, sir.
Okay. Are the Bucks one of the featured openers or no?
They play on the 24th.
Okay. Who are they playing? Do you know?
Philly.
Of course. And Philly, that turds drama is still going on with Harden.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I'll make a prediction. I will make this prediction.
Okay.
They will send him home.
Where's home?
Away from the team.
Oh, I got you. I thought you meant trade. You're trading back to where he started. He wants to go to the Clippers, but why does he get? I don't understand. Why does he feel so entitled?
Why do all these superstars say get the handpick where they want to go?
Like Lillard. That baby, I can't stand him.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, wait a minute. He's our guy.
He's our guy.
All right, I love him.
Yeah.
All right.
I love the alliteration. Can you imagine
Oh, God.
Yeah. Can you imagine the alliterations in it? I heard someone come up with freak time instead of Dame time now because they want to combine the two nicknames.
Oh,
So,
God. Get over it. What do you? How do you think the Bucks will do this year? What's your reach? Look in your crystal ball, think hard, meditate, take 3 breaths, and tell me how the Bucks are going to finish in the regular season and how they're going to finish in the playoffs.
55-27.
Is that going to win the division?
Yes.
Okay. And
they'll be the 2 seed.
Okay. And
they'll make the Eastern Conference Finals.
And that's it.
And Giannis will sign a Supermax.
And is that where they're gonna go out? You think the Eastern Conference Final against the Celtics?
I think it'll go 7.
You didn't answer my question. I didn't ask you how many games.
Yeah, I think that's where they'll bow out.
Okay. All right. That's a pretty.
But I think both guys will sign extensions.
Okay. Will the Bucks regret the Lillard trade?
You can only regret it so much. I don't think you can regret it.
You can't go through life regretting. The worst thing that's going to happen is basically it changed Malcolm Brogdon into Drew Holiday.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But we can do about that. They swung for the fences.
You can't be mad if you hit a triple off a curveball, you know?
No.
I mean, they threw a curveball up there, and they hit a triple. So can't be mad if you hit a triple. So sometimes you can't hit the homer. So
it's a long season. A lot of things can happen with injuries and trades and all kinds of stuff. So,
yes.
Who would have believed at the beginning of last year that the Heat would have been in the finals?
Right.
That the Heat would have beat the Bucks and the Celtics.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And that the Nuggets would have won it all. Who would have believed that? Nobody.
Stick that in your crystal ball.
All right. Very good. Cristal, I think that's good champagne.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Want to stick to the NBA?
Whatever you want. It's your. This is your.
So we got. Keep in mind that this weekend is kind of a big weekend for all you Wisconsin fans out there.
Okay. Well, how so?
Because Jim Leonard, who people wanted to be the Wisconsin coach, is a defensive analyst for the Illinois Fighting Illini, and Brett Miller, who was the Wisconsin coach, is still the head coach for Illinois.
Will they both be Illinois coaches for long?
No, I think at the end of the year they're both gone.
All right. Well, here's the thing with Illinois. I understand that, but when have they ever had a sustainable, long-term, successful program? I don't remember it in my lifetime. In football, they've had some good basketball.
They had 1 year with Juice Williams in 07. 1 good year.
I don't remember who Juice Williams is.
His name was Isaiah Williams. He took him to the Rose Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that? Ron Turner was the coach?
Ron Turner was the coach that beat Ohio State. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I do remember Ron Turner. All right.
Actually, no. What's his name was the coach? The old special teams coach for the Packers. What's his name?
Oh, I know who you mean.
Ron Zook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zucker. But Ron Turner did good for Illinois once too.
Yeah, he did.
Years before that, I think.
He did.
Okay. So, Illinois, Wisconsin, what's your prediction? You said Wisconsin by 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Where's the game?
Champaign.
Does it matter?
No, but it's a 2:30 kick.
Is there? Well, Ohio State and Penn State, I think, kick off at noon.
11, yes.
11. What's going to happen in that one?
Penn State going to win.
At Ohio State?
No, it's at Happy Valley.
No.
Oh, yeah, Penn State's
going to win. Wait, let me check. I think Penn State's going to win regardless. Why do you think that, AJ?
I think the matchup of the two quarterbacks will take Drew Allen over McCord. But it all depends on this. It all depends on who does Penn State match up with Marvin Harrison Jr. Because that'll be the key matchup for the whole game. So.
Yep, looks like it is a home game for Ohio State.
Yeah. So it's a huge game. The winner wins the winner probably represents the East. I think.
Okay. The game that used to be worth something that hasn't been, and especially after the disgrace from last year, Michigan State play this weekend, and Michigan State's in such turmoil. My God,
it's horrible. It's horrible. I feel bad for the kids. To be honest with you, I feel bad for the kids. It's a horrible situation. That and it's a horrible situation. By the way, Michigan, everyone's favorite coach, is now under investigation for stealing signs by the NCAA.
Do you like Harbaugh?
Do I like khakis? No.
No, I didn't ask you that, smart guy. Do you like Harbaugh as a coach?
I don't.
Okay.
I like John. I don't like Jim.
Why?
I like John because I think John is a very fiery guy. John does things differently. John was the one who took the risk and drafted Lamar. Jim, ever since he had Jimmy Garoppolo, I just don't.
Jim's a fiery guy. He's yelling all the time.
I know he's yelling at the wrong guys though.
Okay. All right. Well, you're the Harbaugh expert. I'll defer to you.
His dad is from Wisconsin, I believe.
They used to live in Mequon when
they live in Wisconsin, don't they? Or they do?
I don't know if they do anymore. They did because their daughter was married to Crean when he was the Marquette coach, and I think that's when they moved here.
Yes, exactly.
And Crean is one of my least favorite coaches in the history of coaching. I just don't like him.
You mean Clappy? My therapist used to call him Clappy because he used to just clap on the sidelines all the time.
Oh God.
I can do that.
you got the clap on the sidelines.
Oh,
AJ,
yes,
I
sir.
didn't like Harbaugh.
Uh-oh.
And then I didn't like Harbaugh. I didn't like Crean. And then I read the book Walk On Warrior or Warrior Walk On, and I liked him even less.
Yeah, by John Wilcombe.
Yeah.
By the way, I got his next book. I gotta start reading it.
Okay. How was Charles Barkley's?
It's good. I'm still working on it because I've been writing, but it's been good.
You've been writing?
Yes, sir.
Hey!
Do you know who our guest is tonight?
Who is it?
Wheezy! Louise is from our the author's Octagon.
Oh, Louise, yeah.
She's in the house tonight.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm writing. I'm working on. I'm journal. I'm not writing a book. I'm journaling.
Oh,
that's all right.
That could be a book.
I'm journaling every day. I just started today.
Well, it's just like calisthenics, for later writing,
Yeah, so I'm going to journal every day for 10 minutes. And we'll
Excellent, cool. That's a good habit.
Good practice, you bet.
We'll go from there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep me busy because we got that going on, and
Nice.
yeah, so that'll be good. By the way, one more thing in sports.
Make sure you put in your journal, by the way, that Bulldog was brilliant on the show tonight, and Jack was basically like a C-.
I will.
Okay, thanks.
I will.
Appreciate it.
By the way, guys.
We still go on record with this thing.
By the way, guys, I am sharing my episodes now on social media.
Oh, fantastic!
Or the episodes for us on social media.
All right. Well,
So after this episode is recorded, it will be
almost
shared
immediately. Almost immediately, yeah.
It will be shared.
You already got some great feedback that said Bulldog is an idiot and we're hilarious from that friend of yours.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was funny. She said to me, she goes, "You guys are hilarious." I said, "Why, thank you."
Why, thank you.
Not like it's not our first rodeo, We've been at this since July of 22 here.
Yeah,
so,
right. Exactly. So it's been good. But I'm excited. We get high school football playoffs this weekend, so keep your eye out for that next week.
Nice.
Okay.
Lots to report on.
We got our first basketball meeting is next Wednesday. So,
all right.
First basketball preseason meeting is next Wednesday, and we'll go.
You going?
I am going.
You should burn into that room and just be like, "All right, guys, let's talk. Let's talk about victory. Let's all losers. They're the exits."
All losers to the left, all winners to the right.
There we go. Exactly. You know how to
Say,
you know how to play a room.
You can say before Coach Cryer comes in the room, you can say, all right, Coach Cryer's shit's getting a little stale from last year. Time for some new vibes.
I will never diss Coach Cryer.
Well, you weren't dissing him. It's his stuff.
No. I mean, the man. This one thing Kreider did was he gave me a chance at a school that I would never thought I'd be in. So
there you go.
Everybody hates Homestead. That's why nobody else would take the gig.
You're in hostile territory here, AJ. Hostile territory.
That I am. By the way, first game of the year, December 1st, Cedarburg.
Oh, well, you know, my namesake. We got big ideas for your kind.
I'm sure you do. I'm excited. I'm excited for the.
Will you be there?
Oh, I will be there. I'm organizing my transportation as we speak.
Excellent.
I got a booth for you here, AJ. Table for two.
I can't even hate on that. You know, I love it.
There we go.
But in all seriousness, guys, I just want to make a quick point here. I love coming on the show every night. You guys make it fun for everybody. So,
wow.
The opportunity to share episodes with you guys has been.
Well, thank you. Well, you make the show, man. We're basically window dressing for the AJ hour.
I know we won't have a show for the next week, so I just wanted to pay that compliment to you.
Well, much appreciated. Absolutely.
Before we go to Jack. By the way, if you run into the agent in San Diego, don't be surprised. No. He's out there till the 26th, so don't be.
I heard something about a nude beach yesterday. I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Yeah, I got eight, Doc. You know, the strip joints in San Diego. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Your agent. Oh
jeez.
Your agent's going to be out when he gets back. He's going to need some recovery time. Yeah, where it's.
By the way, they sent me pictures of the whatever the ship is called. That's the museum now.
Oh, is that Queen Mary? Is that Queen Mary?
Not the Queen Mary.
Is it a warship? I mean, it's
a warship that is a museum now.
Oh. It's permanently moored there?
My mom sent me pictures today.
I know that's a huge Navy area, San Diego.
It is. So,
which means it's a party town.
Yeah, it's a party town. That's all right.
That many naval officers walking around. Weekends must be wild out there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, boys. Well,
resume your position. Resume your post. Keeping tabs on the sports world there.
Yes, sir.
Keep us, and then we'll see you tomorrow. No, we're gonna see. We're not gonna see you tomorrow. Jack, you're off tomorrow, right?
Wednesday, right?
The U.S.
Thursday.
Is it the Midway Museum? No.
The Midway, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is that it?
Jack's already in San Diego.
No, yeah,
he's already gone.
No, tomorrow night I have a wedding, a Friday night wedding to go.
There you go.
Next week, Thursday. Is that right?
Yep. That's our return, our triumphant return. Slam dunk.
All right, boys.
All right, you'll have a good report. You have what do you have, a preseason game on Wednesday, or is it the first practice on Wednesday, AJ?
Meeting, right?
Preseason meeting.
Preseason meeting. Okay. All right. You're gonna show up with cigs in your pocket, see if anybody asks you for one. Kind of like you're gonna be the plant.
No, I'm not gonna be the plant, and I'm not gonna be the coach from Hoosiers either. So.
Guys, we're gonna win this year. I got reds, I got yellows, I got.
Hey, do you want to say hello to Lois?
I will.
I think Louise is probably the right word, but that's fine. Oh boy. All right, here we are, burning in from somewhere. I don't know. She'll have to tell us where she is. I think she's in
San Diego. She's at the Midway Museum.
Oh, all right, here we go. It's Louise. Hello, Louise. Welcome and good evening.
Hello. Or as Jack calls me, Lois.
You should hear what he calls me. He used to call me Lois. I feel better that someone else is finally getting the honor.
I won't call you that anymore. I always think of George Jefferson when I see your name come across. I'm like, yes. You see who we're talking to, Louise? It's AJ.
AJ, I saw that. Hello, AJ.
Have you
guys been talking sports? Or
Yeah,
no?
little bit?
Every
Little bit.
Tuesday through Friday, basically.
AJ's been sloughing off a little bit, Louise. He's been skipping the author's meeting, skipping his sports. We're a little worried about AJ. We had kind of intervention here for him tonight.
Yeah, right.
Probably doing a little grieving. after the Brewers.
Well, yeah.
Are you over the Brewers yet, AJ?
Yeah, I am.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You kind of have to be. We're trained. That kind of disappointment. We're just it's kind of
It's tough to be a fan.
It's kind of ingrained in our brain right now. So.
That's right.
we just have a constant callus that's not going away. Scab, not to be picked. Anyway,
every year.
All right, boys.
AJ, take it easy. Good to see you, man. Talk to you tomorrow.
No,
All right.
Nope.
AJ Bocchini. Whoop.
Thursday.
That's right. Next week, Thursday. Yes. We'll see you again. Take care.
All right.
All right. There we go. AJ with sports every Tuesday through Friday, except next week. It's all very confusing. On the Jack Henke Show, he comes in at 7:15 or so. And tonight we have one of them, the real scribblers, a real author like.
A real authentic one. An authentic author.
I suppose. Own
it, Louise. Come on, that's the first part of it.
I'm a cut and paster, those kinds of things. I was a little different. You know what the problem was? I didn't know when I started I was writing a book. That's
not a problem.
That's part of the problem.
Good problem to have.
Yeah.
I guess that's not a problem. But
Well,
I've been in a writers group where everybody knows what their goal is or what their intention is.
What writers group is this? It's not ours.
Yeah,
As I say, we're all just kind of fumbling and flailing, and
No, wait. Before you go, we want to hear about your story again because you've been on this show before, haven't you, Louise?
No, actually not this one. No.
Oh, yes, in the morning. Yes. What are you doing to me, Louise? I'm the one that got you on the
I
show.
think I just won some money here or something. Although I made a bet with Henke, that means I'm probably going to get pocket lints.
Here's unabashed marketing.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Outstanding.
See, how do I get that?
There you go.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
Perfect.
That's fantastic. So, Louise, please introduce yourself seriously and tell the audience how we met and tell us about your book, please.
Okay. I did meet. All three of us met at the writers group at the library, and I just kind of asked if maybe it would be appropriate to come on your radio show. And the book is pretty serious, but it doesn't all have to be. However, I do like if we make jokes or talk about funny parts of it, I want people to know there is a kind of a serious, sad part. One of my neighbors said she actually couldn't finish it. So you have to know that there's war in it. There's 6 chapters in the middle.
Well,
war, a topic we can't get away from right now, unfortunately.
Well, Louise, that's a great compliment to you. If she couldn't finish it, that tells you that
powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah,
it was very powerful.
She said, I have to admit, she said, I liked it, but I couldn't keep going.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well, tell
one of the things. Okay.
There you go.
I was just going to say something about the cover.
Okay.
This cover is from, I should go like this. Hello. It's from after the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh.
That's when the photo was taken. And the original photo was just like this big. And we decided, okay, so pretty small.
Nice. Yeah.
That's his actual signature from one of his medical papers.
Wow.
So I have 2 creative daughters, and one did the cover of the book and the other one did my website. So I'm very fortunate.
You are very fortunate.
Yeah.
But you're talking about who is Alfred, please?
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's my dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dad. And the thing about this whole process, which I was thinking of more recently, is that we didn't know until he was 89 that he was involved in the Normandy beach landings. And we didn't figure that out until after he received a French Legion of Honor, which is kind of a big deal. It's a big deal, and yet there's certain things that are necessary, and he was lucky. Number one, you have to be alive 60 years after the war. So those dear soldiers who died on the beach don't get a French Legion of Honor because you have to be alive 60 years after the war.
Yeah.
And somebody has to nominate you. I did that. He would never have done it. And then you had to have served in France significantly, not in the Philippines, not in the Pacific. It had to be in France. So, there's certain things. It was an honor, though. And we had it at he was at Good Samaritan Center in Lodi, Wisconsin, and we had the gathering there for about 100 people. But anyway, it was after that. Okay, so here I am. I'm in the front of the group. I really don't see him, and I'm holding his hand, and I'm the one giving the summary of his tour of duty. And within the first couple sentences, I said he was not involved in the beach landings, but arrived in France in July. And the woman from the consulate in France said, does he understand? And I said, oh yeah, he understands. He can't walk. Cognitive, fine. But then when I watched the video of my speech and I could see his face, he had just a blank expression, as if, no one know, that saying, but it was such a blank expression. Well, we had a good day. We had 100 people there. Everything's fine. About 2 months later, he speaks of dead bodies floating in water. And I think he had to tell us that because he realized that day we didn't know what was going on. And what's nice about it is that instead of blaming me for the problem, he blamed the French, all of them.
You gotta love that about him.
Yeah, he liked me, so he couldn't go. I said to him and the reason I figured it out is I went home and I found basic envelope from his mother-in-law, and it had about 9 or 10 addresses on it, and I realized they couldn't find him during June. Actually, during May, June, July, August, they found him in September.
Okay.
And that indicated, I made a big mistake. I thought he served with this group the entire time. Mm-hmm. It's the story of the 320th Infantry Regiment.
Yeah.
I thought he was with it, I had that book. So when'd you make that assumption?
Well, war is a clouded fog of confusion. Yes, so it's
exactly. That's what my buddy Robert said. Chaos, organized chaos. I don't even know if he's organized.
Absolutely.
Chaos.
Louise, I have to also, according to Google, which is not something you want to tangle with, you are not a cut and paster. You actually are a writer. It says so right there. I Googled you right there. Look at big words. I can even make it. Look at that. Writer. So this cut and paste stuff. No.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't going down.
And she even had 161 people like you. It's pretty good.
I have a lot of relatives.
There you go. That's good. And you're good for something. Yeah. Louise, tell us, if you could take a step back, how did you start this project, and you jumped into the French Foreign Legion, but please tell us how did it start?
How it really started.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you know what I think had to kind of happen is my mother passed away, and I think that tends to trigger certain things to come out from whoever that person supported. Or my dad was supported by my mom, so when she passed away. Well, one of the things that happened is a family friend came. I was raised on a farm. This family friend from Chicago came to the farm, and just for a diversion. He wasn't able to get to the funeral, but he came to the farm. We knew him well. He used to come to our house when he was a kid. And we just decided to go through the Army trunk. And basically, I don't think that Army trunk was ever opened for like 57, 58 years.
Wow.
Oh.
And therefore, we didn't go and play with it or anything. It was just there, and we moved it around on occasion. I remember my mom, we were moving it once in the basement. My mother said war was hard on my dad. And another time he said he came back a different person. But I wasn't at the right age to say, well, tell me more.
Yeah.
I was 20s, 30s, whatever. And I didn't do that. But anyway, so this family friend is there who had served in the Army. And I think he looked at the discharge papers and said, your father, well, I have to go back a little bit more. He had told us he was a barber, a chauffeur, and a translator. Well, those are nice jobs.
During the war, that's what he did.
During the war, yes, during the war.
Right. Yeah.
So we knew those things, barber, chauffeur, translator. But then when the family friend looked at it, he said he was a heavy weapons machine gunner because they had the code down there for that. So that kind of opened it. And then my dad was a little bit more open to a few things. And then what happened, we had like the perfect storm. Within 5 months, he broke his hip. and he had to go to a nursing home for rehab, but it never really worked. He couldn't walk again. He had a little stroke, whatever. For whatever reason, he never learned to walk again. And he ended up staying at the nursing home at the Good Samaritan Center in Lodi.
How old was he at this time, Louise? About
84.
84. Okay.
Wow.
So I said to my siblings, I'll do Saturdays. And I never really expected him to last very long in the nursing home, but he lasted 5.5 years.
Wow.
I would drive from Cedarburg to Lodi, which is just a little short of 2 hours.
Yeah.
And my theory is if you should spend as much time somewhere as your travel time. I was a math person.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
So I'd kind of hang out with them for hours.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, we'd go out to eat. I could transfer them. That would work. But we'd go visit somebody, go out to eat, blah, blah, whatever he wanted to do.
And his mind stayed pretty sharp during that 5.5 years? I mean, you know.
No, he's pretty good.
That's cool.
But that doesn't mean he talked.
Right.
He didn't necessarily talk. One example I give is that I read during the week that there was one soldier who couldn't eat fruit cocktail. And so I thought, oh, that's a good question. That's an objective, little simple, non-emotional question.
Yeah.
So the next week I said to my dad, how do you feel about fruit cocktail? And he said, it's okay. That was the end of our conversation. And then
I feel very strongly about it myself. I mean, that's hate the stuff.
Oh, you do?
I always like the cherries.
Oh.
Gross.
Well, I don't think my dad ever had it over there because I don't have it with me right now, but he had the K rations.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no room for fruit cocktail in there. I have some of those. And one of my cousins, I have like 4 of them. And she said, I can't believe you still have all those crackers and everything. We would have played with it. And, but we never really went into that trunk.
Sure.
The crackers, I could have shown.
They're probably still fresh as the day they were packed.
I was at it was a reenactment, and you know how you kind of have to snag people going by to try to get them to buy your book. And I saw some 12-year-old boys, and I said, hey, you want some 77-year-old crackers? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah,
of course we do.
Cool. And then I had them come up, and I kind of had to admit I really couldn't give them one. But they were all in. They were all in. That age didn't make any difference.
That's a great sales pitch for your book, though. If I'm ever trying to sell one of my, I'm going to say, hey, you want to try some 77-year-old crackers?
Louise,
I think it only works in certain age ranges, though.
You are sneaky.
Yeah, I didn't make a sale.
I'm not a writer. I'm a cut and paster. Then Google comes on and says, yes, she's a writer.
I'm
not into sales. And then all of a sudden she's hooking unsuspecting kids with 77-year-old crackers.
I'm more of a cracker salesman than a book seller.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I like how you work.
Yeah. Well, I had time to sit there at that table thinking about how I was going to snag somebody.
Snag somebody.
I swear, you should be teaching. You should be teaching. Authors sales techniques. I'm telling you, this is great.
This is what you do at a book fair.
This is absolute
Works
gold.
for me.
Sure does.
All right. So tell us the story of what is the book about? Yes, please.
Well, I kept discovering things. So he would tell us something small, and I started researching the 35th Division is basically what I did. That's the primary group he was in. I thought he was in it the whole time, but he actually trained with the 44th, went to Europe in some unknown group on a ship, served with an unknown group in June, then primarily with the 35th, and came home with the 63rd. But that took me a long time to figure out.
When you say research, what kind of records were you able to access for that kind of research? I mean, were you using your public library, perhaps, or newspapers, or
a lot of online? And I was.
Online.
My kids said that I was a good creeper. Here's another.
You're a snagger and a creeper.
My goodness.
our little Louise. Look at her.
Louise the town.
But you know what? It used to be easier to creep online.
Yes, it was.
Like in 2002.
It's good that it's not, I think.
because they didn't blur out any of the phone numbers or addresses.
Sure,
Everybody
sure,
had a
sure.
landline.
Yeah. Yes,
So-
the good old days.
So like,
So then did you make prank calls too, Louise, when you saw the numbers? For God's sake, what next are we going to find out about you?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Is your refrigerator running?
you know what? I would find actually on the back page, but we gave that booklet to the Wisconsin Veterans Museum. But there was an author page on the back of this book,
Mhm.
and there were 10 names. And I tried to find those people. And actually, I found only 2 of them. I couldn't find all of them. But that's how I started. I started going through it. And so I found, from the back of that book, I found Benjamin S. Lane, Houstontown, Pennsylvania. And he, I think, was the only person, well, he lived in a small enough town, and he never moved away from the town. He went back there. So
you're creeping again, Louise.
What was that?
You're creeping again.
But he wanted to talk to me. He was okay with
You
it.
wanted to be creeped. Okay, good.
And so with him, well, I hate to say everything, but the first person I called, the dear man had just died in October.
Okay.
And I made his wife cry.
Oh,
And the daughter took the phone and said, no problem. She would have been crying anyway. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, as soon as that happened to me, I'm like, done calling. No more calls. And I wrote letters.
Yeah.
And then one day, Benjamin Lane called me. And I always told them, too, if they don't want to talk to me. I mean, I can't force them in a letter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I said, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. But Ben Lane called me and he said, hello, this is Benjamin Lane from Houstontown, Pennsylvania. And at the time, that sounded like a telemarketer. You know?
Well, you should. How do you like the reverse creeping? That was pretty good. You can say, you're like, you don't have to answer, but I'll still keep calling. That's Louise. You are like the Velvet Hammer, for God's sake. You are something else.
He said, I've been thinking about your dad for the past couple of days.
Oh, wow.
I loved him like a brother.
Nice.
I was with
cool,
him for Christmas of 44.
Yeah.
And that's another story.
Okay. Now, but we still, so you didn't know all the things that your dad did in the war, correct? I mean, that's.
So I entered a rabbit hole and it just kept going and going and going. And I knew after a while I had to put it into a book because even I couldn't remember everything.
Yeah.
All the different places and the different directions. And I found Robert Phillips pretty legitimately. But and he was
This is
happy
before
about
online dating.
I started with his social security number and worked my way down from there.
Look at her.
Back when I started, there was a Social Security death index.
Oh,
I could have had anybody's. I didn't know what to do with them.
I got some ideas. We should talk after the show because I got to buy a camper RV. We were talking about that yesterday.
But what's interesting, they did quit doing that. But when I first
Yes.
started,
Oh, yes. There's a woman who's ruined it for everybody. All the creepers out there can thank Louise. Oh, God.
but, the one thing that I liked about the Social Security death index is that I would know if my dear veteran was deceased or not.
I
Was
suppose,
looking for him, or was I looking for his family?
Sure. Yeah.
And I knew I was looking for Stud's family. Stud.
Nice.
His daughter thought his nickname was Spud. That's what her mother had told her.
Like, no. I'm afraid
so
not.
She said, my mother said his name was Spud because he peeled so many potatoes. And then I said, I was like, no.
I think he peeled something else.
Yeah, he's peeling
peeled something out of their clothes.
He peeled that chick like a grape.
No,
So-
but actually, I found his daughter.
Okay.
Found his daughter. She found a letter from my dad in their garage.
Oh,
It said,
Jeez.
you know what it said? Dear Stud.
Yeah.
So then she came to trust me. Maybe not.
Well, so the book covers his time in the war, Louise?
It does. He was in 5 campaigns, which is actually quite a few. There aren't too many people that make it 5. And a campaign is a certain chunk of war, with an objective.
It's like sure. Like a mission.
Minor things like the Battle of the Bulge.
But,
Yeah.
and that's what he said was the worst. But that beach landing wasn't good either.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay, and I'll just say, So here's this dear 89-year-old man, and he told me about the beach landings.
Mm-hmm.
I found a picture of a Higgins boat online, and I printed it, took it to him, and I showed it to him, and he goes, "Where'd you get that?" Actually, he couldn't say THs, so he said, "Where did you get that? Dat, dis and dat, and tank and thunder and all that." And that's how I write it for him in the book. If I'm quoting
nice.
him, there's no THs. Where did you get that? And I said off the computer. And then we talked, I asked maybe a little bit about if he had gone with men or equipment. And then that flipped him into a flashback.
Oh boy.
And his jaw came out, and yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay.
and then I was done. Then I was finished. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, "Dad, are you having images?" And he said, "Oh yeah." And I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't want for that to happen." I said, "I would never want for that to happen."
Yeah.
And then I was done. I never asked him a question. And I have a friend that does therapy, and she said if he was having one at the age of 89, he was having them all his life.
Yeah.
But we didn't quite catch on. Fireworks are a problem for almost everybody.
Yeah.
And then in retrospect, you go, "Oh yeah, you never really liked going." He'd do it, but he didn't really like going to fireworks. But so that's kind of, but I do a little bit of, like he was in the Normandy campaign, Northern France, Rhineland, Ardennes, which is the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah.
Then they had to finish up the second part, the Rhineland, because they never got to finish because of the Battle of the Bulge, and then Central Europe. So I think he just missed one in France. I don't think you could do 6. I don't think you could, because they're in different places,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Some overlapping. But
well, it's a good thing you did this. I mean, a lot of these stories would be lost forever. I mean, it's great that this is on paper and digitally, I'm assuming, or
Oh yeah, and I did an Audible. You maybe don't remember, but I came to the library, and I think I told you I was thinking of doing an Audible, and you said, we have equipment here, and it's meant for the public, and you can come and whatever. And I was surprised how nice you were.
Surprises me. Surprises everybody.
You
how
heard
generous you were, and you were willing to help me.
Wait. I wasn't at the library. It was him. You got us mixed up.
As I told AJ before, you're in hostile territory.
But anyway, I decided after reading online what it takes to make an Audible, edit it, and do it well, I decided to go to someone, and I'll give him a little shout out.
Please.
His name is Chris Kringle, and that's a no-lie name.
Santa's amazing. I mean, there's just nothing he can't do.
So he helped me. And there's one little story about him. I don't know how much time I have, though.
You got about 120 seconds.
120? Okay. Okay. There was
also known as 2 minutes. Oh, just slap him. He's not generous. He's a little shit.
I gave 120 seconds. That's
you just took 20 seconds of her 120. Give it back. All right,
give it back.
Okay. During the Battle of the Bulge, there were Germans that were dressed perfectly, speaking perfect English in our clothing, and they were infiltrating, and we were having trouble with them. So they started putting out passwords every day at noon, so that if you asked a soldier what's today's password, they should know what it is. There were some of our American soldiers who kind of stammered and stuttered. They had a little speech problem, weren't certain, whatever, and some of them actually died. So one day I'm in my little booth doing my Audible, and I was messing up a little bit, and I said to Chris Kringle, who was out a ways away, I said, "At least I know you're not gonna shoot me if I stammer or stutter." And he was quiet. He's a soft-spoken guy, and he goes, "Not yet." But yeah, I enjoyed him. He's good.
All right,
awesome, fantastic. Do we have
what? You don't know?
No, I don't. At the Cedar Brook Public Library, do we have the audio version? Did you put that on like a physical? Is that on CD, or is that only on like audible.com or whatever? It's just streaming.
It's just on Amazon.
I didn't know if we had the we can get our hands on.
It's just on Amazon.
Yeah, which is normal nowadays. Actually, it's okay.
I do have a website, www.alfredthebook.com.
Yes, I did go there before when I was seeing you as a writer.
I have a little, if anybody's interested, on Thursday nights at 5:00, I post once a week a little blurb about my dad and the war or whatever. And that's under Louise Endress Moore on Facebook.
Well, the website looks a lot like this, everybody. So head on over to alfredthebook.com, and there's all kinds of stuff on there. You can snag a copy of the book.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch. Go up to the photos. My dad liked Katie, so it plays Katie while you look at photos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Billy Murray, 1918. Very good.
That's the year my dad was born.
Here we go. Let's give it a little taste.
A mix of. I guess we can go out to that, huh? I had a sister that was a nun. I can see Ben Lane going by.
Was a soldier brave and bold. Katie was a maid with hair of gold.
I think he wanted to farm when he came home. Brother offered him a job, but I think he knew he needed to be alone. He needed to call his own shots.
Giving people a little taste of what you can do on the website. So fantastic, great story, wonderful stuff. Louise, I have it on good authority, is still writing or cutting and pasting, and but there's
let her snag some. She's holding the cover up. Shut up, snag.
I should have had those crackers.
That's our audience you're talking about.
Jack.
Don't you call them crackers? They're from Cedarburg. They're burgers.
I'll take the great carrot cake muffins. Jack can have the 77-year-old crackers. So there we go. Good stuff. Nothing but the best.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for taking time and come back again. This was fun.
This was fun.
Yes,
all right.
for your third trip on the show, because you've already been here once before.
You know,
so, yes.
Right. I have more to talk about.
All right, fantastic. We will see you again, Louise. Take care,
Louise.
Thanks. See you the group.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. There's Louise Moore, Louise Endres Moore, and she is the author of Alfred, about her dad.
Yeah, it's such a nice story, and she's one of those people. She's nice. I mean, truly nice.
She is truly nice,
but it's like she's not going to stop. You know, she's nice, but she's not like this wimp. I mean, she's nice.
No,
she's nice, and she just keeps coming.
Yeah, absolutely,
it keeps coming.
Well,
I had to call this person. I had to do this. I had to do that, and then I did that. Oh, and I had to figure out how to snag a few people at the book fair. And anyway,
John Grisham and James Patterson have no idea how to sell books. She knows how to sell books.
She's like the wolf in sheep's clothing, for God's sake.
Well, the sheep in wolf's clothing. I don't know.
Yes,
figure it out. Anyway.
She is. She's like, oh, I don't know.
Well, we met her at our fantastic writers group, the Cedarburg Authors Circle or Octagon, however we
Octagon.
However we
and
have
she
it.
brought a nice young man, John, who was a poet.
Yeah, a poet. That was very
job.
cool. Yep.
Yeah,
totally.
Really
so
cool.
we do this if you have inklings to make inklings. Come on down to the Cedarburg Library first Wednesday of the month. And we do that.
Of every month.
Of every month, yeah. We don't miss it. So, all right, folks, that's a show. That's our last show for a little while. Jack has to go to the West Coast and be warm while we all use blankets and warm beverages.
Well, at least I have a good. You went to a fish fry, for God's sakes. That was your excuse last week.
It was good.
That's it.
I mean, come on.
I ain't leaving Milwaukee until Saturday. Tomorrow I got a wedding.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an excuse.
Not me.
Oh, come on.
Someone in my family that I couldn't.
No,
I couldn't dissuade with common sense and logic.
No. As I used to say, I
don't do it.
I
think his fiance was like Louise at a book fair. She snagged him and she wasn't letting go of him. Yes, that was it.
Folks, I think the rabbit died. That's all I gotta say.
She's saying, "Oh yes,
shotgun wedding, folks.
It'd be nice to have a little conversation. Whoop, you're getting married. Next thing you know, that's a Louise Endres Moore method.
Right. Want to wear a 77-year-old ring?
And that's why everybody says, "We want more. We want more. We want more."
She should go take over the House of Representatives. Good Lord.
Yes.
Somebody.
Yes.
Yes.
I nominate.
There we go.
Louise Endres Moore.
We'll work on that next week. The campaign. Louise, I know you're still in the green room.
Those smoothies wouldn't even know what hit them. She'd have bills passed and common sense would be. Oh my God.
She'll make Matt Gaetz cry.
Yes.
Anyway, we gotta get out before we get in some real trouble. Here it is, Jack Henke Show, signing off till next Thursday. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you to our guests. And
but if you want to see us, we'll be at the authors thing next Wednesday. The
That's true. If you
author
want to see
event at the
live-
Cultural Center.
yes, absolutely.
For Shotgun Love Song.
Sound familiar?
Nicholas Butler.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Take care, cats. We'll talk to
Excellent.
you soon.
All right. See ya.
Adios. And